Hi everybody, welcome back. For those of you who are able to get through my somewhat cringe-worthy first video, I applaud you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thanks for coming back. Today we're gonna do another makeup video. I'm gonna go ahead and start by just doing like my eyebrows and stuff. You don't have to do your eyebrows how I do them. I'm kind of a special case. I'm kind of a victim of overplucking from my younger years. So, you know, that's kind of how things go. I've tried like eyebrow growth stuff and none of it has ever worked, but whatever. That's why they made brow powder and brow pomade and stuff like that. This is actually something new that I've been using. It's Cabrow by Benefit Cosmetics. I don't know if you can see that very well, but they sell it at Ulta. It's great stuff. A little on the pricey side, but a little bit goes a long way. So, you know, you can kind of go about it that way. You can just do kind of a light brow, or you can do a little bit more defined, a little bit more standing out. And that's kind of what I tend to do, just because, I don't know, it's easy for me. Anyway, so I'm going to talk a little bit before I get started about some reasons why you should watch me and my channel. I'm a Colorado native, like I said in my last video, like I'm an everyday person. I am not a professional in any way, shape, or form. I've never been to like makeup school or anything like that. Everything I know is just from, you know, watching YouTube, other various YouTubers, and just, you know, reading makeup articles and seeing their makeup tips and kind of just interpreting them in my own way. And then applying them to my life. And some of it works and some of it doesn't. And I mean, I really admire all of the work that goes into some of the makeup looks I've seen. Like, that's intense. I don't know if I'll ever get to that level. If I don't, that's not like something that would crush me in any way, shape, or form. And it's not something that I aspire to either. Like I said, it's just, makeup's just something that I dabble in. And, you know, enough of my friends were insistent enough to say, you know, hey, it's, you know, you're good. Like, people would like to see what you do. So I just thought I'd give it a whirl, you know, whatever. And I'm also not here to give any advice on like how to select the proper shade for, you know, your foundation or anything like that. All I know is what works for my skin. I've only recently gotten to the point that I can go to a store like Sephora or Ulta and know by the description, like whether it's warm or neutral, that it'll probably work for my skin. For, I guess I lean more towards warm tones, but it also depends on like the formula of the foundation and everything else too. So lots of variables in there. You know, like I said, you know, no makeup advice really here on like products to use or anything like that. I'll just tell you what I use, because in the medical world, we have a saying, and it's, that's out of my scope of practice. So, that's not me. Anyway, I got into the makeup game kind of late. I'm 30 years old, and I really started getting into makeup about 2 years ago or so. But you know, before I only ever used to do just kind of, you know, eyeliner, mascara, called it good. It was never like a thing for me. I had tried like eyeshadow before, and it always looked not great. More or less made me kind of look like a lady of the night, and that was not what I was aiming for at all. I never really, was attracted to it or glommed onto it or anything. I like the look of eyeliner. I loved eyeliner, and I that's reasonably, what I do for the most part. But once my grandma passed away, a few years ago, that all kind of changed for me because I I remember going over and visiting her and checking on her and making sure that, she was okay, or if she needed a shower or anything like that, that things were taken care of for her. And every now and then I would decide to try, a different lip gloss or a different lipstick, different shade that I normally would go with, because I used to stick a lot with like neutrals or just to do some chapstick. Or I just do like a single eyeshadow and just for something different, And I'd go over there and she would just get so excited and would tell me how good I looked. And after she passed, that's kind of where I missed her a lot. I grew up without my own mother, and she took on that role for me. And I was raised by a single dad, so, makeup's not a thing really for single dads. Another reason why I got in the makeup game kind of late. And she usually only ever did maybe like some blush, or she would draw on her eyebrows with just like a little eyebrow pencil, or she'd ask me to do it once her hands, got really arthritic and just too painful or too shaky. She couldn't really do it. After she was gone, I kind of searched for a way to keep her close to me and kind of give me a visual representation that she's always with me. I know she's always with me in my heart. But you want to see something, you want something tangible. So that's kind of what makeup became for me, was kind of just a reminder that she would love. Oh, she would love some of the things that I've done. Or she would just tell me that some of them look so crazy. She'd probably tell me like, what is that on your face? Get that off, But that's okay. So that's why makeup is kind of so close to my heart in that way. Sorry, I'm kind of going on a little bit. But that's kind of where I decided I would start looking into, different palettes and different looks that I could achieve and that kind of thing. So Colourpop, as I mentioned a lot in my other video, was my first brand that I bought. I got their Fame palette, and then I kind of just went from there. I would kind of do a little bit of research, like on Pinterest, that kind of thing, see if like I was interested in a color story in particular of a palette, if the colors just caught my eye and I was like, oh, those are great. I would want it just right away, but I knew that I wasn't just gonna rush into buying a palette because makeup is not cheap. So I would go on Pinterest and see if I could do maybe like 5 of the different looks that were on there, then I would get that palette. And kind of just built up my collection from there. And I am actually somebody who wears her makeup collection. Like I'm not just like a collector or a hoarder in any way. I use just about every single one of my palettes, or I have used every single one of my palettes in some way, shape, or form. And sometimes I like rotate them out and kind of do that kind of thing. Because like I said, I like to, that's money, guys. That is money. I'm going to use my money that I paid for these things. So, and some of the collections that I am interested in, they're just coming for my money, you guys. Some of the things they come out with are just so beautiful and I just want them real bad. But, you know, you got to kind of rationalize and see what's in the budget and that kind of thing. I got 2 little kids. They're growing all the time. They need clothes and whatnot. So, you know, mommy comes second, and her hobbies and that kind of thing. So anyway, yeah, I'll stop blabbering and I'll get started on my eyebrows and we'll move on to our wearable look today. Is more, I was kind of feeling like fall vibes, like I've got like my kind of mustardy shirt going on here, and so the look I'll be doing today is kind of a brown, like I said, more toned down, kind of a professional look, with just a little pop of color because I love color. And yeah, we'll see how this comes out. I'm gonna attempt lashes too. Lashes are not something that I do often because I'm not great, but again, this is Mia's makeups, so there might be a makeups or 2 in there somewhere. Anyway, guys, here we go.